Guys, I can't believe I'm finally doing this. Today is a very special day. That was my tablet, ignore that. Today, I am finally doing my WWE DVD collection. You do not understand how long I've waited to do this video. This video has been years in the making. Well, I haven't actually spent years making it. It's just, basically the DVDs were up in the attic for 4 years, and my old collection was up in the attic. I literally just pulled it down a few hours ago. Well, someone else pulled it down a few hours ago. So, yeah, but they're all here. Finally got around to doing this. I don't know why I didn't do one in 2016, because they were put up in the attic in 2017, and I just pulled them down today. I haven't seen them since 2017. And I also found these when I was up there. Well, I wasn't up there because I refused to go into my attic because Lord knows what size spiders are crawling about up there. So there's not a chance I'm going up there. But I also found these when I was up there. I found this, The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. Apparently it's a fun little cartoon from the early 90s, but I don't remember much from it, so yeah. Definitive Story of the Titanic. Double DVD box set, and there's also a ticket from Titanic Quarter in there, Titanic Belfast, so yeah, I think that actually just came with it when I bought it, so yeah. And McBusted Live at the O2 and Tour Play. So yeah, this is a concert from the O2 in 2014. I also have the other one, the one that was only released on Blu-ray for whatever reason. Oops, I'm sure it was released on DVD, but this one also comes with Tour Play in it as well. So yeah, that's that. So yeah, used to love watching this concert. Busted McFly are two of my favourites, so yeah. Anyway, the DVDs. There's a good bit to get to, so I'm gonna try not to talk too much, otherwise I'll just end up rambling and the video will be like 30 minutes. The video will probably end up like 30 minutes. Anyway. Tagged Classics, Royal Rumble 2001 and 2002. Two great Rumble events, legendary ladder match with Benoit and Jericho, so much fun. And the 2001 Rumble is just fun, where Kane set the record, just ran rampage. It's such a fun event. 2002 is good as well, but Triple H came back and won. Anyway, Wrestlemania 17, I mean, just look at this cover. Beautiful. Yeah, if you haven't seen Wrestlemania 17 by this point, what's wrong with you? Just find it and watch it. It's the best Wrestlemania of all time, and it's pretty rare as well. And speaking of rare DVDs, yeah, talk about rare. Judgment Day 2002. This is not really the best event, but it's insanely rare. So when I saw it, I had to get it, because, yeah. Plus, that cover is just awesome. Isn't it? Looks really good on the shelf as well, but that's fine. Don't have any from 2003 or 2004, so jumping to 2005, we have New Year's Revolution. Again, not the best event, but the chamber match on this is amazing. But they didn't really talk about it much because, well, Chris Benoit was in it. But it's such a good match. Such a good chamber match. No Way Out 2005 with the terrible cover. But this isn't actually all that bad. There's some good stuff in here. There's a really fun Cruiserweight title 6-man elimination match. I think Paul London actually went all the way and ended up losing to, I think, was it Chavo, I think, was the champion? Tag team title match was alright. Cena versus Kurt Angle. The main event, Barbed Wire Cage match, was a bit of a mess, but the choke slam was a pretty cool spot. When Big Show choke slammed him through the ring, and still somehow ended up losing. I mean, yeah. I mean, they weren't going to take the title off JBL a month before WrestleMania, but I'm rambling. Anyway, WrestleMania 21. This is actually the Fremantle re-released version from 2014, and look at this. They mentioned Chris Benoit. I can't believe that. And yeah, the cover's exactly the same as the original. But, I mean, Shawn Michaels and Kurt Angle, there's so much good stuff on that. Such a good show. Speaking of fun WrestleManias, WrestleMania 22. This is a personal favourite of mine. I love this event. You had the world title match, which was cut short for a Playboy pillow fight for some stupid reason. I'm not even kidding. I'm genuinely not even serious. That was the second last match of the night, behind a WWE title match. But where is it? Is it here? Anyway, yeah. That was cut short for a Playboy pillow fight. Anyway, but there's just so much good stuff on it. I mean, Edge and Mick Foley was insane. Triple H and Cena was fun. Shawn Michaels and Vince. That is one of my favourite matches ever. I love that match. I hate Vince, so seeing Vince get the snot beaten out of him is just fun. Now then, this DVD has a lot of sentimental value. Judgment Day 2006. You're probably wondering why. Well, this is actually the first pay-per-view DVD I ever had. In 2012 I got this. So yeah. Judgment Day 2006. It's a good pay-per-view. There's some good stuff in here. Benoit and Finlay beat the tar out of each other. That was such a good match. Jillian Hall versus Melina happened. Cruiserweight title match, I remember, was alright. The tag team match for the tag team titles, Eminem versus Brian Kendrick and Paul London, or they called the Hooligans or something. That was a great match. So yeah, there's some good stuff on there. And also, this is where Booker T won King of the Ring against Bobby Lashley, who is now a former WWE champion. Bobby Lashley. He just lost the title to Big E on Monday Night Raw. So yeah, Big E cast in Money in the Bank. Anyway, SummerSlam 2006. Free mini poster. I got this from CAX. It didn't come with a poster, unfortunately, but it is pre-owned, so couldn't have been too annoyed. The poster's not even that good anyway. I mean, it is kind of a creative poster, but yeah, not very good. But there's some great stuff on here. I mean, DX and the McMahons was fun. Edge and Cena was great. Big Show versus Sabu. Yeah, why Big Show was ECW champion, I have no idea. Mick Foley versus Ric Flair. That match, that I Quit match, good grief. It's like, seriously, if you watch that, that will probably be the only reaction you have, other than swearing. That match was awesome. Unforgiven 2006. I really like this cover. That's a really foreboding cover. And there's some good stuff. You got the Hell in a Cell with DX and the McMahons and Big Show. Cena and Edge in the TLC match. Good show, that. Good show. One of my all-time favourites here. Wrestlemania 23. And your eyes do not deceive you. Look at this. WWE. Yeah, Donald Trump on the cover of a wrestling DVD. God, 2007 was weird. Anyway, yeah, you had the Her versus Her match, where Battle of the Billionaires, loser gets their head shaved. Cena and Shawn Michaels was really good. Batista and Undertaker. It's just a really fun WrestleMania. And I think I actually forgot to mention this about WrestleMania 22. On the special features is actually the full episode of Saturday Night's Main Event. That's a really cool special feature. I love that. Yeah, that's really cool, I have to admit. Judgment Day 2007. It's not really the best. Probably the best match on it is CM Punk versus Elijah Burke. But it's not good. But man, that's a nice cover. That is a really cool cover. I've got two steelbooks here. First one's SummerSlam 2007. Not the best, but it's got Cena versus Orton. Yeah, Cena versus Orton. And there's also a really funny backstage segment on it with Crime Time, Vince, Jonathan Coachman, William Regal, and Teddy Long. It's genuinely hilarious. But yeah, it's an okay SummerSlam. It was right after the Benoit incident, so they were still kind of recovering from that, so it's kind of understandable, but it's still decent. Royal Rumble 2008, the other steelbook I have, and you can tell this has been through a lot. Look at this. It's battered. Look at it. But yeah, this is probably my favourite Rumble for nostalgia alone. It's not the best, but it's probably just my favourite one. I mean, I grew up watching Cena. I used to watch that return on YouTube all the time. It's just... And also the title match with Rey Mysterio and Edge, the spear. That spear off the ropes was just really fun. Or not off the ropes. That springboard spear. Like, Rey springboarded, Edge speared him, and then the RKO to end the other match with Jeff Hardy and Randy Orton. Really good Rumble. And also Roddy Piper and Jimmy Snuka appear right after each other. I mean, it's awesome. Judgment Day 2008. Really cool cover. 2008 was actually really good for covers, now that I think about it. And they also did this a lot as well. Had like the matches here and then the superstars on the side, which is weird. But this is alright. I mean, you got Shawn Michaels and Chris Jericho on there. I mean, how can you argue with that? When have they ever had a bad match? Them two. SummerSlam 2008. Wasn't really a fan of this cover, to be honest. It's like they couldn't have had Batista do that or something, or like have Batista beside her or whatever, or hell, have I think Mickie James was a women's champion. Like you could have had Santino and Beth do that or something. But it's a decent SummerSlam, not the best. It's better than 2007, but yeah. It's got some good stuff on it. Jeff Hardy and MVP was alright. I think this actually might be the pay-per-view where Cena injured his neck. So, yeah. And then this is the pay-per-view where he returned. Survivor Series 2008. Yeah, it's a spoiler cover, but it is cool. It's a cool cover. Like, it was in his hometown in Boston. Kind of made up for SummerSlam 2006 where he lost in his hometown to Edge in a world title match. And that match was boring. Triple H and Kozlov, good grief, that was boring. Cena versus Jericho was alright. The casket match, I remember not being too bad. There's some good stuff on there. Survivor Series match is fun as well. Well, two of them. Anyway, SummerSlam 2011. I mean, that says it all, really. These two. When have they ever had a bad match? No wonder that was a main event. It was really good. And yeah, this is the one where Kevin Nash appeared at the end. That was really good as well. I think this pay-per-view is kind of underrated, actually. It's pretty good. If you find this on DVD, pick it up. It's worth a watch. I think it's alright. Like, even besides the 2 world title matches, everything else was actually alright. I mean, the women's title match kind of sucked, but apart from that, pretty good. WrestleMania 28. Yeah, these are really the only 2 matches I remember from this, like, at all. Besides Sheamus beating Daniel Bryan in 18 seconds, those 2 matches are literally the only thing I remember from that match. That event. That and Team Teddy. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, Money in the Bank 2012. It's kind of weird to see Cena winning, but apart from that, there's also a really good match with Daniel Bryan and CM Punk, so yeah. Now here's an event that had no right to be as good as it was. WrestleMania 31, and it doesn't say it on the cover, but it does say it on the spine, which why didn't they just put the 31 there instead of a friggin' play button? Anyway, really good cover as well, and this is a really good WrestleMania. Really good WrestleMania. I mean, Brock pretty much dominated the title match, and then Seth came out and, well, the WWE World title match, and then Seth came out and cast in Money in the Bank. Ronda Rousey appeared, Cena and Rusev was okay. The Triple H and Sting was really fun. It's just a really fun event, and if you haven't seen it, find the DVD somewhere and just watch it. I promise you, it's really, really good. Survivor Series 2016. This was awesome. This was so much fun. This is literally just a 2K17 cover, but they chucked Goldberg on there. And it kind of works. But yeah, awesome Survivor Series. This is basically the return of Brand Warfare, and I won't spoil anything, but I mean, we all know what happened there, really. But yeah, awesome. If you haven't watched that, find it and watch it. Trust me. Awesome, awesome pay-per-view. Clash of Champions Gold Rush. This was, it was decent. I mean, the main event was really, really good. That Apollo Crews and Bobby Lashley was alright. The ambulance match was fun. That was a really, really, really good match. That was such a fun Intercontinental title ladder match between Sami Zayn, Jeff Hardy, and AJ Styles. Really good. And the last pay-per-view, probably my favourite cover that I have in my whole collection. I mean, look at that cover. Hell in a Cell 2020. Just look at that cover. Look how awesome that looks. This looks amazing on my shelf. I don't know if it's my favourite pay-per-view, but my god, that cover is awesome. And it's a pretty good... I don't remember much. I remember the Cell matches and that's about it, but it's alright. But that's all the pay-per-views. Now we're just moving on to other DVDs. Stone Cold, hell yeah. I don't remember much from this. I think it was basically just a bunch of promos and stuff. So, I'll have to watch it again, see if it was any good. But this is literally the second DVD they ever made. I think the first one was WrestleMania 15. And yeah, look how old that logo is. This is what, 1999. There's Austin hitting The Rock with a stunner. Because of course. From the Vault, Shawn Michaels. 2 discs. Some good matches on this. Yeah. Obviously the Iron Man match. The Hell in a Cell versus Undertaker. Shawn's comeback match against Triple H at SummerSlam. Some good matches on that. This one is one of my favourites. Mick Foley, Greatest Hits and Misses. I mean, it's Mick Foley. How can you go wrong? We all love that man. Yeah, some great stuff on here. Being interrupted. Right, where was I? Anyway, yeah, there's some great stuff on here. There's stuff from... If you're wondering what SMW is, it's... where is it? It's here somewhere. Yeah, there it is. Smoky Mountain Wrestling. There's some WCW matches here. Well, there's only one WCW match. But there's some ECW matches, and there's mostly WWF stuff, so... Yeah. If you like Mick Foley, pick this up. It's great. I think there's even like a hardcore version with a third disc, which has his matches with... I think it has his match... I think it has the hardcore matches against Edge and Randy Orton. And I think the Ric Flair match might be on as well. I'm not sure. Anyway, Best of WWE Volume 5, Edge, only 4 matches, so yeah, there's a match list on there, but I used to watch this a lot, actually. I grew up, like, a lot of people hated Edge, but I always liked Edge. I don't know why. I hated heels, but I always liked Edge for whatever reason. I really don't know why. The Rock, the most electrifying man in sports entertainment. This is, funnily enough, this is actually getting re-released this year, with a 4th disc. Would I buy it for the 4th disc? I don't know. I think it's going to have his other matches from like 2012 onwards. Or 2011, because he had a match at some... He teamed up with Cena at Survivor Series 2011. I actually forgot about that. But yeah, that's a cool cover. Like, these covers are really good. Anyway. Yeah, and this is another one that I watched a lot. I used to watch it. I love wrestling match compilations. Here's another one, probably my favourite one. John Cena Greatest Rivalries. Mainly because it's a slipcover as well, and this, I think, was 2014. Is this when they switched to Fremantle? Was Money in the Bank 2012 a Fremantle DVD? Yeah, it was. Yeah, there you go. Fremantle Media International, 2012. But yeah, basically the transition, and it's basically like it's like an 8-bit video game thing where it chooses the next wrestler for like the it's basically goes through all his rivalries, and like it picks one wrestler, then it has a few matches with them, then it goes on to the other one. But the transition, it selects the next wrestler from like an 8-bit video game screen, and then it shows you the match. It's a really cool little transition, and there's some really good stuff on it. But come out in 2014, so there's no CM Punk, unfortunately. But yeah, if you have Money in the Bank 2011, then you don't really need it. So yeah, anyway, I've only got 2 documentaries. This one, You Think You Know Me, The Story of Edge, is really good, and some good matches on it as well. So yeah, great DVD if you can find that one. Rise and Fall of ECW, probably the best documentary I've ever seen. Like, look at that. And if you're wondering what that is Stone Cold Steve Austin dressed as Hulk Hogan. That is Stone Cold Steve Austin. So, yeah, but this is an amazing documentary. So, yeah, and it's 2 discs as well. It's got a 2nd disc with a load of matches on it. So, yeah, Undertaker the Streak. Really just an Undertaker match compilation. It's literally all his WrestleMania matches up until WrestleMania 28, I think. Because this came out in 2012. So, yeah. Love this DVD. Well, I don't love it, but I like it. It's basically... Well, the first disc is basically a documentary, and then it shows all his WrestleMania matches and, like little edits of them. So, yeah, it's kind of cool. Now then. My first ever wrestling DVD. Smackdown 10th Anniversary. I used to watch this DVD all the time, and I actually have some... This is actually a double that I have. The other double I have is WrestleMania 23. This is the other one. It's a double. I still cannot get over that. Why is he on a wrestling DVD? God, 2007 was weird, but yeah. You can tell that this is a rebuy because this is my original. Look at this. It is absolutely done in. It is battered. I could probably cut that up, maybe use it for artwork or something, but yeah. I used to watch, like, even when I was supposed to be studying for exams, I wasn't. I was watching this and stuff, so, yeah, and I was playing with my action figures as well. Yeah, there's really nothing wrong with playing with action figures. I mean, but there's some great stuff on here. I actually got that for Christmas in 2009, the year it came out, like, so yeah, I think I still have to get the Raw one as well, but that isn't a top 100, this is a top 100 moments in SmackDown history, so, yeah. Up next, the best of King of the Ring. This is actually the second last one. There's only one more after this, so yeah. But there's some good matches on here. It's hosted by Booker T, so yeah. And I don't have the slipcover for this, unfortunately. There's a couple that I don't have the slipcover for, and this is one of them. So yeah, but there's some good matches on it. I mean, you've got Kurt Angle and Shane McMahon on here, so yeah. And the last DVD is one that I wasn't really too fond of when I first watched it. The Attitude Era. I mean, it's a cool cover. I think it's like a Beatles reference, but yeah. There's more mid-card Attitude Era stuff on here than anything really, but there's other volumes, so I could probably just go watch them. But anyway, guys, that is my wrestling DVD collection. Tomorrow, I'm actually going to be reacting to old videos, because this is actually Thursday. I completely forgot to talk about this. Was my 5-year anniversary on YouTube. So, yeah. 5 years as a YouTuber. I'll be reacting to the old videos tomorrow to celebrate it, but I suppose I could consider this a celebration because, because the DVDs were put up under the attic in 2017, and this is the first time I've seen them since 2017. So yeah, anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow.